Hmm. I need to also confirm if I've done Happy Fuzz before. Happy Fuzz. Starta. We have a lot of people here. Starta, can you click on? There's like a button on the bottom of your screen, which it's like basically a hand where you can ask for permission to speak. You can do that. That would be good. Nice. Yes, I can hear you. How's it going? How are you? Nice. Okay, I want to ask. I want to ask you something. What's your current MMR? Okay, and what was your MMR when I first coached you? Was it the same? Nice. Cinema. That's nice. Okay. Um. So this game, what do you think happened? What do you want to like focus on? Mhm. Okay. Okay. So this game, it seems like there was like a bit of a laning issue, which I think is kind of normal because you're playing versus beast, but you shouldn't really die. And because of that, radiance timing is giga off. This hero is all about the radiance timing. If it's like a bit early, like here, it makes your game really good. And then general idea is that if you, let's just say you bought radiance first item, right? You don't really buy armlet on this hero. But if you think that you're in a game where the enemy has a lot of negative armor, you can buy armlet right after radiance. Don't be afraid to do that. Unless, of course, you need like Manta for Dispel or something, because the Shadow Fiend hero is going to do a lot of negative damage, right? Sorry, negative armor, even with the aura. So what armlet does is that it gives you a lot of armor. So you can go armlet into SNY here because I don't think they have any silences, and then it would be really good. And then you can buy Ags, and after that maybe you can buy Assault as well if no one in your team has it. Like usually Dawn buys it, but she didn't buy it, so you can buy it yourself. Don't necessarily need like the Basher. It's kind of like you just need Lifestealer's entire gameplay is the more you survive, the more damage you're going to do in fights. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's generally like you just want to survive. And if you're playing with this physical damage, you already have Radiance, so it gives evasion. And then if you have like a shit ton of armor, like you see, you have the tough enchantment, right? It gives you 8 armor. And if you have like phase boots, that's like a lot of armor, right? You have like 4 armor from this. And then armlet, you have 6 armor. So it's kind of like you'd be like sitting at like 30 armor if you have assault and armlet and everything. And then this guy will do no damage to you. Neither will this guy. So kind of like just like giving you an idea that it's not always a good idea to skip armlet fully, because most people do that. But there's gonna be like some games where armlet is gonna be really good. For example, versus Drow Ranger is another example. Hmm. No, that's bad. Don't do that. That's not good. Yeah, it's a. I mean, I get the logic, but it's kind of not applicable. It's like if you. Okay, you're gonna die here. This death kinda doesn't matter to me because it's whatever. I'm gonna be more focused on the laning phase. But yeah, what I was saying was that if you find yourself in a position where you're losing 3 lanes and your solution is to buy an armlet that helps you fight, it's just going to delay your game. Like it's better to just try to like get farm as much as you can. Another thing about playing Lifestealer is kind of understanding how you want to play the lane. This here doesn't really do damage in lane. Like you can see your base damage is like pretty bad. So what you kind of have to do here is like, for example, you hit the boar, it's good. Then you go for this creep and then you harass him. It's like fine. But your main focus should be um, always be like last hits. And one thing that you'll notice here is that, okay, so you aggro here, which is fine. But yeah, okay. Earlier on, we didn't really aggro that much. The whole idea is that you're playing versus boar plus a hero. So what we want to try to do is keep the wave away from him as much as possible with aggro so that he can't deny, because he has a lot more damage than you do. And then I wouldn't buy boots first item here either, because if he has like 3 units, I need more damage to be able to contest last hits. I don't particularly think that I would die if I don't have boots in this lane, if that makes sense. Like your items should help you not get like booted out of the lane. Like for example, like you see this situation is kind of like you are getting pressured a lot. And like if I'm thinking to myself that, oh, I'm playing versus Beastmaster, he has boar, I know that whatever trade I take with this guy, I'll probably lose the trade because he has more units. I'm just not going to trade with this guy. Unless he, let's just say, this guy walks up to him and uses Battle Hunger and I know like I will out damage him. But in this case, you need to have a plan beforehand. It's like, okay, can I trade with this guy? If the answer is no, I need to just defensive aggro the entire lane. Like, for example, here, I would not just run to him and try to click him. I would aggro these creeps here. If I aggro these creeps here, he cannot contest them anymore because these 3 creeps will go here, if that makes sense. If you do that, then it's gonna be like really good for your laning phase. Like so far, it's not that bad. It's like decent. But you have to like defensive aggro a lot. You see you're taking free damage from the boar and the axes. If you don't defensive aggro, you're gonna find yourself in this like weird situation. And also it's kind of like just generally bad understanding of the Beastmaster hero. Like the more axe stacks that you have on yourself, the more it's going to do damage, right? It's like damage app per stack. Yeah. Yeah, you should know that. It's kind of like you have like 2 on yourself right now, and now you're gonna have like 3. Yeah, and then you just fight him and you're 100% dead. It's kind of like the biggest thing that a lot of carry players do wrong is They try to play every lane the same way. Like I know Lifestealer is kind of like an aggressive laner or whatever you want to call it, right? But this hero is not supposed... Like this hero is not supposed to win most lanes. He's just like a stable laner. Winning means that you kind of just own the lane. So in that case, your default state should always be, I'm gonna defensive aggro and then play for last hits. It's kind of like you need to first understand the matchup. It's like, oh, is this matchup good for me or bad for me? Once you have that understanding, you adjust accordingly. Like, I would know at this point that, okay, this matchup is not good for me, right? And then even here, it's like, when you walk up, what is the idea? The idea is that I need to stay away from them as much as possible, right? I don't want to be in front of them, no matter what happens, because of like my HP and what's happening in the lane. So I would never go and right-click these creeps. I would aggro them here. If you aggro them here right now, because you have this opportunity where they are like standing behind, if they come forward, you can aggro them in tower if required. But if you don't aggro right now, then you can only aggro once, which is... You see, they're just going to deny everything and just like zone you out. Which is sad. Because we didn't aggro first. It's like we have to understand this movement thingy. Because in general, if you don't take free damage in lane, you'll just have a good time. And to not take free damage is to just literally not try to like fuck with the enemy. Just play away from them. Like you see this, the reason why you got killed is because we didn't aggro here. Like what should have happened here is you aggro these here, these creeps go on the range creep, and then he has a choice. He can either ignore these range creeps or your creeps and just like run at you, but in that case, you'll have these creeps here, you can aggro in tower, and then they can no longer pressure you. But here what happens is you have to go back, right? You go back and then the wave pushes into your tower. Now they can pressure because you're double waved. If the waves are in your tower, they can always pressure you. But if they, let's just say there's your wave is still alive here and there's a wave in tower, you can't just ignore this wave and come here. That's like the main difference. So yeah, basically your two deaths in this lane are like completely avoidable. That they should not happen, basically. The only reason they're happening is because we played this lane really poorly. Like we have the wrong idea of the lane. We're trying to like trade with the Beastmaster, which is not good. Like this hero counters you. In general, any hero, like let's just say, how do you like understand whether a certain hero counters you or not is like kind of simple. Like first you want to understand what your hero does. Like when you think about Lifestealer, it's like, oh, I'm playing like Lifestealer and my hero does not have any AoE damage and I'm playing versus a hero that has units. So that automatically means that you're kind of cooked in this lane. If you're playing like Sven or Gyro, it's good lane for you because they have like AoE spells, if that makes sense. This guy does not. So you're always going to get like outlasted and out harassed by this guy. So your job is just literally not fuck with him in the entire lane. You're just gonna chill. And if you don't like feed early on, the game just becomes easy later on. Like, even though you have like an Axe 5 and whatever, it's like you can still adjust this lane. Like at least not die in the lane. Like yeah, you will probably have like less lasses than he does, but that's just like how the lane is. Like even if you look at the lane right now, you have 34 and he has 42, which is not that big of a difference. But if we play this lane slightly better, we would have much more. And then the whole point of this hero is get Radiance ASAP. The faster we get Radiance, the more likely we will win. And the only way you get Radiance fast is by doing what? It's by not dying and farming creeps. The less you die, the faster you'll get your Radiance. Okay, let's see. One thing that I don't like what you're doing here is... So your hero kind of need waves, right? If you play Luna, you can push this lane and then go here because you don't really care about the wave coming back to you, right? Because you can just go deeper. You can farm as much as you want because you don't really need the wave. But on Lifestealer, you do need the wave. And when it comes to that, what you want to like try to do is bring the wave. Like if you pushed in this wave, right? You can't keep it static because that's just going to waste your time. So you do push it, which is fine. But then you have to go back here on and pull the small camp. Not go for the large camp. The reason why you do that so that this wave can come back to you. Like for example, right now you don't see any heroes except for Shadow Fiend and Snap on the map. And now you see Jakiro. It's like you don't really know whether this is safe or not. You don't really know where Pudge and Beastmaster are. What if he just walks up and roars you right now? You'll die. Like you want the wave to be here so it's like easy for you to farm. And the only way you can do that is by pulling after you push the lane. because you definitely need waves on heroes that are not innate farmers. Like, for example, you're going to push this wave again, and now we should pull rather than going for this camp. He pushes it, which is nice, and he's also going to feed, actually. Pretty good. Is he? No, he's out. Saj. No worries, though. We have the lane. And then another thing which is like really sad is like for heroes that, let's just say, for heroes that are not innate farmers, you want to try to get your neutral item ASAP, right? Because it will help you farm faster. Because the things that you get, like you might get like this plate which can help you farm. You might get this movement speed that will help you move faster. Like all of these things. And the best way to do it is to push lane, pull small, push lane, pull small, push lane, pull small. We didn't utilize a small camp at all since the last 5 minutes. So that is naturally making us farm slower, if that makes sense. Because we're kind of like missing some creeps on the, like, this is basically what you have to do. Like every single time, and then you go here or whatever. Are you gonna go for wisdom? Yeah, you go back. It's a good attempt, I would say. But you need to like stay away from this guy. Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Alright, worked out. No, it didn't work out. It's kind of the same pattern. It's like you cannot play in front of this guy ever. This is kind of like you baiting, which I guess it's like a bit on Ringmaster because he fucked up. Then here you go back. And then you kind of see Snap. You should not die here. But it's okay. Yeah, it's like you almost have like 16-minute radiance regardless of how the lane went if you just don't die in lane. Like if you just don't try to like fight them, you know, because your heroes are weak. You just focus on last hits. You would never die in lane, and then you'd have like a 15-minute radiance, and you're like happy. Yeah, now. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. The thing is, when it comes to trade, you have to think about only one thing, which is trading is all about damage. It's like if you go and try to fight an axe, it seems like on paper that, oh, I'm lifestealer, he's a strength hero, I should be doing more damage. But your hero basically tickles him, and he has counter helix, which does a lot of pure damage. That's why you can't fight him. That's why you don't try to fight him. And then Beastmaster is somewhat similar, right? It's like, oh, how will I even reach this guy? He has like 3 units, and units that slow me. So one thing is that I can't hit him because I'm slowed. The other is that even if I hit him, he just does more damage to me. So you mentioned Underlord as well. I kind of think Underlord is also decent versus your hero, if you play versus a good player, because he will outdamage you. So most heroes versus Lifestealer can outdamage him, but there's like certain heroes that can't do that. Something like maybe Centaur is a good example. It's like Centaur will max his E and stuff, so most of the time he cannot outdamage you. Like if you try to fight like a Legion Commander, she will outdamage you. But if you try to fight Night Stalker, he cannot outdamage you daytime. You get this idea? It's like if you try to fight Pudge, he cannot outdamage you. So this is what we need to understand, that okay, if I fight with this guy, can he outdamage me? Like Tide cannot outdamage you, but I feel like you can't really do much to Tide either. But it's like if I try to fight Bristleback, he will probably outdamage me. If I try to fight Axe, he will probably outdamage me. If I like basically heroes that, like for example, if I try to fight Primal Beast, what is he gonna do? Press his spells, I have rage for it. If I try to fight Night Stalker daytime, he can't really do anything. So in laning phase, that's how you want to think about it in terms of like trading. It's like, okay, how much damage does my hero do compared to their heroes? Like you've played this game well apart. You do both. You do both. It's kind of, I think you played this game fine. Like, for example, when you got like Radiance here, right? You're just like farming, you're chilling, which is really good. That's literally what you want to do until an opportunity arises, right? And then you're doing this, and then essentially what happens is you're gonna TP bot when there's like a fight here. You TP bottom, you take this fight, it's good. Because you're not wasting time if you think about it. You were farming, you TP, you gotta kill your back to farm. This is essentially the best type of rotation that you can do. And now the matter of pressuring this tower, it's very dependent on whether you think you can die or not. Like, for example, right now your team is like away from you. So it's probably not a good idea to take this tower, right? But if they were close to you, then it's good. And the other thing is that you have Dawnbreaker ult. So they can't really kill you that easily. So in that regard, this is fine what you're doing. Like, you go back here, it's good. And then eventually you're going to come back to the lane, right? You guys are going to smoke. Like, the idea is that you buy Radiance and then you think to yourself that, okay, is there like one more item that I can buy which will help me survive? In this case, it's like they don't really have any silences, so I don't really mind joining fights with this Radiance. Like, I would prefer if I have SNY, but it's not super required, if that makes sense. Like, what you're doing right now is fine. You're not wasting your time. You're not doing stuff. Now you're not going to try to like pressure the tower, but there's like a few issues with this. One is if a fight gets forced here, we have like a few issues. We do have Dawn ult soon, but we don't have Pango ult. Right? So these two guys don't want to fight. If that makes sense. Like, if these two guys don't want to fight and they're your cores, you cannot hit this tower because the enemy is going to try to protect it. Right? And then even then, in that case, it's like they delayed so much, which is like fortunate for you, that when they try to start this fight, your team has spells again and they're close by. Right? So I think if you were in a higher MMR bracket, you would have just died here because your teammates can't help you, because they would be actually noting the time of like, oh, Dawnbreaker has ult or not. Snapfire, like, just Pango just use roll. Some nerd would be timing that in the game, and then they would just kill you here because they know that you can't be helped by anyone. So the fight starts here. It's really good. You have Dawn ult on top of you, and now you just have to understand what kills you. Okay? Like, in this case, Lifestealer's biggest weakness is the fact that there's like some things in the game that can go through his rage. It's Bane ult, it's Beastmaster ult, it's Pudge ult, a lot of things in the game. But Bane ult and Roar are like one of your like biggest counters in the game. Anything like BKB piercing stuns are like your biggest counter, right? So now that we understand that, okay, we've killed Pudge, right? The only way we die is if we get roared. So I need to just insta-infest here rather than trying to like fight this guy or anything. If you had like insta-infested here, you would be alive, and I think this fight is just like super over. You guys would just win. But because that infest was like not used, which is basically understanding of like how exactly you die. This fight ends up like really bad for like two reasons. One is that Pango wasn't ready, which I think is not his fault because he didn't have his spells. He doesn't want to fight without Pango ult. It's kind of like these guys are not going to tell you this because you're playing a solo queue game. You have to look at that yourself. It's like, okay, I'm a pause one. I'm stopping, like I'm going to stop hitting creeps and try to fight. So when I do that, do I have everything that I need to fight? Do I have my team? Does my team have spells? All of that shit. Like you see again, but in this case, it ends up being fine. Why? Because we have Dawn ult on the roar. But even in that case, kind of like we're like making the fight a bit hard. Like, why is this fight hard? Because Pango rule was used on like a support. So you have to look at these things. It's like a major thing. But the way you're joining fights and everything is correct. I would say it's not bad. Like, I don't think you're necessarily like sacrificing your farm because you just had a bad start anyway. So given that you've recovered well, it's just that when it comes to fight, you should really understand, or like try to understand that, okay, I alone cannot do much, but if I have my team, I can do a lot. But my team also needs certain things. Like if Dawnbreaker doesn't have health, we have a weak fight. If Pango doesn't have ult, we have a weak fight. Like, yes, I have like 1 and 2 saves, but what if this guy is not in range? Or what if this guy doesn't do it? Mhm. mean, you're right about that. Like 90% of situations, you would prefer using rage after, not first. But in this case, it was fine because you have an axe who can initiate really easily, and you can burst the target with the infest damage, which is good. Because kind of like if you start the fight, like for example, you're smoking, right? You're smoking into the enemy, they're like split. So if you kill a guy, it doesn't really matter whether you have infest on cooldown or not, because you won't have to use it. If that makes sense. But if you're like running into 5 years without smoke and you're infested in, that's bad. Because then even if you kill one guy, after that they can just kill you because they know you don't have infest. But if you're like smoking and you have information that it's only one guy here that we will just burst, then it's fine. So it's all about, the only reason we need infest is so that we don't die, right? So if there's like only one guy that we've already bursted and it's like a core, the enemy will probably not try to fight us. So this 20-second cooldown that I have will be over. Like for example, this is fine because I will have it off cooldown because they won't fight me. But if I like run in 5v5, then it's different. But yeah, at this point, your hero is kind of unkillable. Like your hero will just not die because you have like 2 saves behind you and you have X. It's just impossible to kill your hero. Yeah, your hero is just giga strong at this point of the game, especially because you have like 2 saves behind you, right? And yeah, I think I would still buy Assault because that makes me even more unkillable. And the other thing about Assault is that I can just like take towers. You know, right now it's so hard to fucking take this tower. Okay, you guys get out. Oh, TP got cancelled. Oh no. You're gonna, if you die here, it's gonna be on you, but you don't die, okay? Like here, I wanna see why you don't die actually. So you're fighting here, they cancel your TP. Dawnbreaker is that Pango doesn't have roll, he's away. Alright. Beastmaster is up soon. I wanna see how they cast their spells. Oh, you have Aegis, never mind. Never mind, never mind, no. Then it's like whatever. I thought you didn't have Aegis. But if you don't have Aegis, you die here. To Beastmaster or, but you have Aegis, so that's fine. I'm just trying to like understand whether you understand how you die, because that's really important. Because that's how you basically throw games. So yeah. Yeah. The thing is, infest is to not die, right? If I know in my head that if I get fucking roared here or like Bane ulted here, I'm just cooked. Then because Dawn ult is used, Ringmaster has already used his save, no one can save me from that. If I know that Dawn ult is still available, then I just tank it, you know, because then I wouldn't die. That's like my understanding. So if I know that, yeah, I will just die, I will press infest on someone, and then Beastmaster has a choice. He's like, okay, fuck. I can't really like roar at this guy anymore, and there's like people on top of me. He's just gonna use roar on someone else because that's his only option. And then you can get out. Because then you don't have any threat anymore. So infest is to not die, and it can be used in multiple ways, like the one that you mentioned. Anyways, the things that I want you to like work on based on this session is laning, super important. Like first, understand lane matchup. If it's like hard matchup, just play for last hits and defensive aggro. If it's hard matchup. If it's like easy matchup, then you won't really need like let's just say you won't really need to like think. You'll just be able to do things correctly anyway. But if it's like hard matchup, and then like the way you understand if whether it's a hard matchup or not is based on trading capability. related to damage. If the enemy has more units, they will always out damage a guy who cannot deal with units. Like, for example, if you play versus Enigma, it's going to be even worse because your hero just doesn't have a way to deal with Eidolons compared to Gyrocopter, who can just kill them, or like Shadow Fiend, who can just raise them. And that's like mostly lane part. And then when you play heroes that can't really flash farm, even Luna can flash farm early parts of the game until she gets some points in E and let's just say Madness. Even in that case, you want to prefer farming waves, but in a safe position. So the way you push in the lane and bring them into safe position is by pulling small camp. You push, pull small. And then this way you will keep yourself in a safe position and also maintain your farm. And after that, I think you joined fights well, but you have to determine how you die in fights. And understand that the best fight that you can get is the fight, or like what best situation that you can get in the game is where you have the least amount of risk possible, right? So if I'm like trying to take a tier 1 tower when my team doesn't have Dawn ult and my team doesn't have Pango ult, I'm just inviting danger and then I'm just like risking the game. It's like I have a 55% chance of failing here if the enemy is good. The thing is, the enemy is like kind of bad. They did not time the fact that Pango used roll and then Dawn ult is used. But if you go to higher MMR bracket, which is your goal, right? Those guys will be timing these things. And then if they use roll here and then you're like hitting this tower, you're gonna, okay, what the fuck? This guy's just hitting this tower. They don't have roll or Dawn ult. Let's just go and kill him. And then you'll just die and you'll feed. So it's very important that understand the risk and only try to do dangerous stuff like objectives and fights when you have everything that you need. Particularly, and kind of like make sure that you're watching your teammates. You want them close to you, and you want them to have their big spells, item cooldowns. Like for example, if I know that Dawn can't really fight without BKB, and her BKB is on cooldown, just an example, I would not try to fight the enemy until this guy has BKB off cooldown, because I don't want to risk the game. And you have to determine how you die in fights, kill threat, and play accordingly. These are like 5 things that I want you to like work on. I think itemization wise, it wasn't really that big of a problem in this game, but if like just like a tip, if you do find yourself playing versus like Drow Ranger or like negative armor heroes, it's always a good idea to buy Radiance Armlet. Unless you need a Dispel for Silence instantly, that you will just die even if you have Armlet. And then at some point you can also buy Assault if you want. Don't necessarily need like Bash or anything. Okay, that's all from my side. Do you have any questions? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is more worth. Because you have to think in terms of gold, right? This big camp is going to give me 100 gold. The wave is going to give me 200 gold. So why would I prefer the big one over the wave? The only reason I said that if you're playing like flash farming heroes, it's fine to skip wave is because then you don't only get this. You get this and this as well. So it's like this is 100, 80, and then another almost 100 gold. So you're getting like almost 300 gold for missing a wave, which is 200 gold. So there's like more. Does that make sense? Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. It's like the whole idea of bringing the wave back is because we're scared. If you feel like if you have like a good idea of the fact that you just can't die, then yeah, you can do both. Obviously, you get both. But if you don't know whether you can die or not, you don't have to like experiment it. If you have like even a slight hunch that maybe this is hard, then you prefer playing safe. It's just like game dependent, right? Like you just mentioned, like if you're playing versus Centaur, then you can do it. Yes, you can do it, but versus Beast, maybe not doable. It's like you don't only have to think about Beast as well. By the way, it's kind of like Beast will roar you and Snap will TP and ulti and you will die. It's not just Beast. It's also about the fact that the closer you are to the enemy tower, the more they can kill you with the TP. That's also another thing. It's like if you're playing versus Centaur, it's like, oh yeah, he can't solo kill me. But let's just say they have Bane, Snapfire, and Centaur, right? Only Centaur showing you go on his face. Bane TP is behind him. Centaur starts with stun. Bane sleeps you. Snap TP is behind. Bane presses ult. Snap presses ult. You die. So it's not the Centaur that killed you, but it's like basically playing in front of the Centaur that killed you. If that makes sense. It just depends on the game and the heroes that you're playing versus. Like some heroes can't really do anything to you. Like if I'm playing versus some fucking Underlord, I don't really care. I'll just rage out. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. If you have no more questions, then we can move on to the next participant. Okay. I think I haven't coached Happy Foes in a while, guys, based on the documents. So I will be going with him. Happy Foes, do you have any replays? You can put in the chat. I'm gonna BRB. I have to like pee. No problem. We'll do in the next one. Only if it's not a problem. I think I can do both yours and BT Boys. So I'll because you're just doing the laning phase, right? For the Enigma lane. Yeah, I can do both. No problem. Lane is a bit hard. BKB. BKB's kind of bad this game. Most of their stuff goes through BKB. I would probably buy Satanic after Butter and maybe Blink. Did it give you permission? Switched over from YouTube, Twitch to find the donut link. It doesn't seem to be working. That's fine. I don't think it is supposed to work. It's just there. I'm still as public. I don't know. I did. Oh, oh, should be. Yeah, I think it was bugged. Yeah, leaning. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think double rate band is probably not the correct idea. Not on this hero because you can't really use those. Like for example, if you're Drow Ranger, you can actually use the rate bands. I would probably just get the stats. Like I think your early items are fine. Because on Drow Ranger, you can just use that to win the lane, or you can use that to fight, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think your early items are completely fine. If you want to buy Wraith Band, you just buy one. You don't buy two. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then rush your threats. I mean, so far, first wave went fine. Also, it's another thing is that if you, let's just say he just spawned his Eidolons, right? Like you can try to kill the Eidolon if he's like fucking it up. Like kill one of them or two of them. It's always worth it with your Q and your right clicks. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. It's not also about, let's just say, it's not also about the fact that they do a lot of damage that you want to kill them. It's the fact that they will give you a lot of gold and XP. And then if Eidolons are dead, like if this guy is like playing like this, it means that he will just literally lose this lane. Like up till this point, you played this lane fine, but then here it's like you need to aggro these creeps away from them so that they can't deny them. You were doing that well before, but now it's like we're getting one deny, two deny, and then not using our Q for the range creep. And then when this wave is like pushed into them, like when this wave is like pushed into them, it means that Lotus is kind of free for us. But we're not gonna take that. Or we didn't even actually like we missed like 3 lasts for like no reason. Okay. To be careful. Okay. How do we die here? Oh, you just got smacked. Okay. Yeah, double rate is kind of not the way. Uh, Slane should be like better. I'm missing too many last hits for free. I don't really think he's doing anything to make this lane hard. We just kind of made it hard for no reason by missing so many last hits. Either way, I would be looking to leave this lane. So I'll probably put more points in glyphs. You can't go further here, yeah. Yeah, no way. So one thing that you should work a bit on based on this laning phase is kind of like understanding creep behavior. So right now you're like 2500 net worth, he's 2700. Everything's like fine. Raindrops is not going to help you versus Bane because it's pure damage, okay? So raindrops only work on magic damage. And then the other thing is that when you look at this wave, what does this wave tell you? So do you need to do anything? Yeah, you can just go farm this. You can just go farm this and chill. But why do we go forward? No reason, right? And then we just get slept and then that. And we also, the thing is, we also saw, let's just say, Lich here before. And then the thing is like, yes, your team shouldn't feed here, but the only reason they're TPing here is because you died. That's just funny. But yeah, it's like we missed a whole big ass wave. And now it's just too hard to lane. He has black hole. Yeah, that wave was like a really big difference. Yeah. And then the other thing is just like it's the same idea. You have to like same idea as a life stealer game, okay? You understand that okay, they have like more damage than you. More damage means that they have like they can basically deny creeps from half HP because they just have more damage. So in that case, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just aggro the creeps away from their attack range. If they can't attack the creeps, then the damage doesn't matter. And if we keep doing that, we would probably not get denied so much, and then we would probably not feel so much pressure that we're gonna miss the last hit. And if that doesn't happen, you would obviously have like a better start, and then you just don't have to die to that wave like that. And the other thing is like also like kind of like understanding how this Enigma hero works. Like Enigma in general is kind of good versus your hero, right? Because of like the laning thing. But it's very dependent on how the Enigma plays. Like this Enigma is really bad. He's just feeding you the Eidolons. You just have to like, whenever it's like he spawns like 3 Eidolons and you have the opportunity to just like hit the Eidolons and like press Q on one of them and kill them, you should always take it. Good Enigma players would never let you do that. And yeah, and then just like another tip for you is that if you have like at least 3 points in your queue, which you did in this game, right? When you were level 5, you should always take ult. Yeah, because if you had level 6 here, it would be very different. Like if you want to like max your E, you max your E, but you need to have ult. Even if you have 3 points in this. It's better to have 3 points in Eclipse over 4 points and not Eclipse. Okay. That's mostly Frodo. Yeah. 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 Another thing that I wanted to clarify is that you asked me why it's good on Drow and not on Luna is because Drow uses stats to farm, right? Because like on Drow you have this innate, which gives you agility bonus. So Wraithband gives you agility. Now you don't always want to buy it because there's like better ways to spend your gold on agility items. Like if I buy treads, it's going to give me the same agility as 2 Wraithbands, except that I get attack speed and everything more. But it's kind of like if I've already spent gold on Wraithband items in the lane, it's good for me to like upgrade because it's not that lot of gold. But on Luna, it's not the same. On Lena, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll just buy one of these, and then I just want to like rush Treads and Mask of Madness. Yeah. 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 I think this lane was like really easy. I feel like Enigma didn't fucking do anything. It's just like you kind of just threw, you kind of threw the through the lane. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you're just like when you get to like a real high MMR and you just find yourself playing versus this fucking 15k Enigma level 30 and you're playing some fucking life stealer, the game is just over. You actually cannot do anything about that. But in your MMR, it's like these guys, yeah, they will literally abuse every fucking thing. Like it's just like it's kind of like if you cannot win your lane, let's just say from Enigma's perspective, where you have like 150 damage per hit, then you shouldn't really be playing Enigma. So, yeah, I think you also got like 2 early kills. It was also good, but there's like one thing that I want to check again, which is important, is when you got the 2 early kills, basically here, did you get a self? You didn't. I think here you should have gotten a self. That woman. Yeah, because then it's like, yeah, yeah. Because kind of like if you're low HP, you can't go forward. And if you're like, if you have self, then you can do that. And the only reason you will die eventually, like basically here, is because you're half HP. Notice this. You would probably be alive if that didn't happen. Okay. No problem. Uh, uh, okay. My friend, the BT boy. Bounty 4. Outside of maybe slowing draw down a bit in lane, I feel like I was a creep this game. Okay, Spectre carried. What do you think your job is in this lane? As a bounty hunter? In the lane, but after lane. Like, why do you think this Spectre can just cook everyone? Oh, that's probably also part of it. Hmm. And do you think what type of heroes can use your tracks and your vision the best? Yeah, basically heroes that have like global presence, right? Like nature's prophet. Spectre is one of those heroes. It's like you might be thinking that I didn't do shit, but you probably got him a lot of kills with your tracks. Just my thinking. And itemization wise, is this a good vessel game? Is it? Would it not? Vessel pipe. I would not pipe this game. I think pipe is really bad. You kind of need to buy items for survivability and amping up your team. It could be like maybe drums, or you could also just buy another Lotus because you don't really have a dispel for yourself. It's kind of like if you walk up to this fucking drow anywhere, she's just gonna silence and kill you. If you walk up to like any of their heroes, like they have so much shit. Like you do buy drums a bit late, which is fine, but I think you need like an item to not die. Because you're gonna be playing sneaky, right? That's your job. So when you play sneaky, you need to be annoying, and the way you can be annoying is by just not like you basically just don't die real quick. And solar is also very good this game. Solar is good because you're playing versus Drow, LC, and Bench. I think Vessel is not the item here. Like you can just buy Urn and then just skip Vessel. They also have like a dispel for Vessel. You can go Urn, Solar, and then maybe Lotus. Maybe. Depends on how the game is going, to be honest. Okay, so when I play versus like really good bounty hunter players, they just have one job in the game. Is they're just gonna fucking kill my courier in the lane, and they're gonna cut waves. So your laning versus hard matchup is probably gonna be Silencer Draw or Venge Draw versus two melee heroes, which means that you have to think about the fact that you're gonna cut. And while you're gonna cut, you're also gonna think about how I'm going to kill couriers. If that makes sense. Cutting like this is also not great, but it worked out. Fortunate for you. From here. From here, you could have died. I don't know how they didn't kill you, actually. I want to see this. You should have been dead. Yeah, you have to block the big cam, but you also have to think about the fact that, okay, is if I try to do that and pause one walks up to me, do I feed or not? Because if you feed, this is going to ruin the entire lane. It's like sometimes if the answer is no, I cannot block the large camp by just walking up to it because draw will just kill me, you block it yourself. Or like with the sentry. Like here, okay, let's see. This guy is Blurred Grenade and what else? His Q and Drow has Q. I think you should be just that. But it's also the fact that you have like Shadow Walk. But this pull would just get interrupted. If this guy has half a brain, you should just be dead. Blood Grenade, Q, so much slow. You can't really do what you're doing here if this guy has a brain. So generally speaking, if you understand that, okay, they can kill me from here, then you go from here. And then you kind of pray that they're just like not smart enough to like... And I'm going to tell you this. People in my MMR, 8K, 9K, 10K players, they don't even do this. So I wouldn't expect this guy to do it. Okay, and then to basically use the large camp to stop your pull. Like, they don't do it in my MMR. Like, I have to fucking tell them, even though they're like sub mains. They just never know that. And then another thing that I want you to do on bounty is just like literally go at the start of the game and put an obs either here or here. It will give you vision on their courier movement and you will just keep killing them. It's like you pull waves for this guy, even though this guy's getting a lot of gold, like, you know, from the farm and shit, but you're killing couriers, so this guy will just get a free lane. You have to make sure that you're killing couriers with bounty. And then another thing, yeah, you're not gonna kill couriers if you don't put a ward. You need like because you can't really predict what's gonna happen, right? And then another thing is like this hero's whole gameplay is that he kind of does not play the lane. Like for example, when you brought this wave here, and then they fucked up, right? Now it's kind of like you know that okay, I can go mid for the 2-minute rune because these guys are just like not doing anything, right? It's like 20 seconds. Next wave is gonna end up here anyway. I am free to just go here and get like tell my SF that hey bro, I think you go get bottom rune, I get top, and then we're chilling, and then we come back to the lane because the wave is gonna end up here. He can just aggro and just like not need you here. Like both of you should not be here. Only one of you should be here. And they pulled? Nope. Okay. I think you need to do more pulls. You can't just do one. Multiple pulls. It's kind of like if one wasn't enough, you do it again. And then you do something else. Like you see, like this is too hard because you're doing it like this. Do you end up dying? Nope, because this guy is gonna buy a dust. But just do it from here. Don't do it from here. It's too risky. This is great actually. Best case scenario for you. Depends on what he does with it. And now you wanna like go and pull again. You can do it again. Well, I think this lane is like fine now. Now you just go rotate. You just get level 2 here and you just rotate. You can gate bottom. This guy is fine now. He's just chilling. You can either go mid or you can go bottom. Like you see bottom, this range is a kill. Or you can go mid. You don't want to stay top anymore because this guy is fine for maybe the next 2 minutes at least. He's happy. Now, if you went mid, SF would have a better link. Like, it's kind of like if you've already done your job, which is basically securing the lane for your pause 3, why are we standing with him? That's the question that you should ask yourself. It's like, is it really necessary for me? Like, is there anything I can do better? Like, if I've already secured this lane and I have the opportunity to secure another lane, I should do that. So, yeah, write this down. The thing is, like, there's, yeah. I think it's kind of like if you go to a silent and get a kill from your rotation at level 2, you will get XP from that, and then you can come back to your lane. It's kind of like if you were mid, for example, let's just say, let's just give you a perspective. At this point here, this guy is free. If you go mid right now, let's just say SF still dies, but you guys kill Viper as well, right? You gotta kill XP from Viper, and then it's like this guy is dead, and you get XP of this wave. And then you just wait for Doom to get like level 5 and 6, and you come top and you kill this guy when he's standing like this. But you cannot just stay AFK here, because this is basically you doing nothing. Like if you were mid, this Viper would be dead. Like there's like other ways to get XP. You can get XP by killing a hero, which like you can go bottom and maybe kill Venge. You can go mid and maybe kill Viper. Or you can just kill this guy, if you guys can do that. But I feel like you can't. You cannot. Not without phase boots. Not without phase boots. Not without phase boots. You cannot do it. Like you see now, SF is getting cooked in lane. And then you got regen. Not ideal. You could have definitely changed that. And then you see like what's going on bottom. It's like your hero is essentially not required top and is not doing anything else. It's like if we're gonna be level 4 anyway, like you see this SF is now like level 5 standing at top because he can't lane mid. Sad. Okay. Yeah, you can't lane, so you're gonna take XP. It's fine. Yeah. You're gonna get another wave here as well if you stay. Yeah. Okay. Doom has Doom. Good opportunity to kill Drow. But you have to start with your stun. But he's dead. Okay. Yeah, you cannot be 0-0-0 on bounty. But the good part is that our lineup is good. Like it's a very good Spectre game. And my tracks are gonna give me a lot of gold. But generally speaking, when you play these heroes like Spirit Breaker and the Bounty Hunter, these heroes that are like supposed to not exactly play the lane, but just secure the lane with cutting and then going to other lanes, you wanna look to rotate whenever you have the opportunity. And usually that opportunity is really simple. It's like, oh, the wave is going to end up in front of my Doom's tower. He's going to be chilling here. They can't kill him. It's not possible. That means that I can maybe go for Water Ion. I can maybe gate and go bottom, or I can go and kill this guy. It's like you will always have a better thing to do than to just like stay here. And this game would be like super different and super easy if SF actually didn't fucking die 3 times at mid. And we could have like kind of controlled that, you know, by going mid. So look for better opportunities when you know that, okay, I'm not really required to be in the lane. Okay. Oh yeah, couriers. Courier killing is very important as well. That also wins the lane. Um, yeah, I would say most heroes that generally cannot offer much in lane. Like for example, if you stand in lane here, like what are you gonna do? Literally nothing. It's like, let's just say there's like one scenario where something can happen. It's like you pull waves so much that at some point the game comes to a point where, like for example here, if you go invis here, right? This guy has boots, purge, scorcher. If you go invis here and you stun him, right, and then this thing is off cooldown again, this guy goes on him, he will die. It's like you have to either kill this guy or you have to go kill this guy. One of these things has to happen. This guy is level 5, by the way. This guy will 100% die. But we don't do either. It's like, this guy can die, surely, right? With the buttons that we have. We have to do one of these things. We have to either kill this guy or this guy. We cannot just literally stay AFK here. Like, he has the right idea, but it's kind of like he doesn't need to initiate. You need to initiate. Because you have the invis. You have the setup. It's kind of like what the Bane did to the Luna last replay. He only set it up and the damage was done by the Doom. So yeah, this thing matters a lot. Like whatever happens later is kind of like you're gonna track people and then Spectre's gonna ult. You'll get carried. It's kind of like as a support, the highest impact you have is at the first 15 minutes of the game. That's like the most you can do. After that, the cores kind of take over, but the first 15 minutes of the game decide how your cores will do in the game. Like you did a really good job of giving your Doom like a decent lane, but we didn't abuse the fact that, okay, we have decent levels versus this lane. Maybe I can go from behind and stun this guy, similar to if I go behind from like Spirit Breaker and just like charge this guy. And then this guy goes from the front, we can kill him, or we can go mid and kill Viper. We can do a lot of things. Like SF is level 5 and this guy is level 8. Imagine this doesn't happen. How easy this game would be. Because then we have like all 3 cores that are like chilling, having fun. Like always be looking at the side lanes, always be looking at your side lanes and see opportunities where you can go, because the thing about worrying about XP is only relevant if you go on, like if let's just say you're cutting waves but you're not literally doing anything else. It's like you're not going for here, you're just basically standing here, let's just say. You don't get XP lifts, you're not going mid, you're not going bottom. That's the only way you don't get any XP. If you know that the wave is static here and you go mid and you will get a kill on this guy, you will get XP. If you know that you're watching bottom and then Venge is like 30% HP, you'll gate, go on this guy, you'll get XP. The only way you never get XP is if we just literally do nothing. In this case, you did get XP from the lane by not leaving, but I think that was a really big missed opportunity. You could have rotated to any other lane and potentially stopped this Viper from having such a good game. Like LC is already struggling. Either you stop the Viper or you kill the Drow in that moment. I think killing Drow is definitely better. You would at least win 2 out of 3 lanes. But it's kind of like the whole point of cutting and like creating this situation where you have the opportunity to leave means you will win 2 lanes. No problem. Any questions? All right. Thank you for coming in, guys. And I will see you on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. All right. Take care. Bye bye. Mm-hmm. Musica. Okay, I'm gonna read chat now. What's going on in chat? How do you are you in the States or Canada? Neither. How often do you come on Twitch? Almost every day. I try to almost every day, except for maybe weekends. You play on stream, yeah. I usually play. Mostly, sorry. What was your lowest rank? I was uh I was 2K, I think. Will you do a replay review for sub on Twitch next time? No. I only do coaching on my in my community or one-on-one coaching. I only coaching for subs. Were you stuck in any rank before Immortal? I think I was stuck in 3K. 3K, high 3K, 4K. Guys, did anyone watch Argentina versus England yesterday? How are EU games compared to C? Insanely better. Why are you not playing today? I fucking woke up too late. And I gotta kinda gotta goes. I don't like playing pubs this late. It's just like kinda cringe. England 3, bro. Messi played insane. Messi is insane. BM Beastmaster Brood Mother? Which one? Do you have any opinions on Kez? What do you think? Is there a specific use case for hero? I think there's. I don't really know if there's a specific use. I think you can pick that hero into anything as long as you know how to play that hero really well. Hero against Beastmaster offlane. You have Gyrocopter. You have Abaddon. What else do you have? Clinks. Clinks. What else? What else? Necro could also be good. Drow could also be good. Which hero is good? Like, there's no such thing as, oh, this hero is good in this MMR. You just have to be good at whatever you do. Before going to sleep, I watch your live every day. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm happy to provide you with entertainment. Like the way I farm. Kind of chilling, guys. Anyone has any questions and shit? Good time to ask. W. Jansen, are you joining a team or creating one? Neither. Bro, I'm trash to play in a team or create one. I feel like I'm going blind. I actually can't see. I'm legit going blind. What? What's going on? How's the coaching biz going? It's going good. Why Chen isn't meta? I have no fucking idea. Legit zero clue. No puck invoker ban that. They can fuck themselves. These other heroes are more cringe. What up, X the Joker? Mr. Joker. Thank you, Joker. Appreciate the support. Bro, fuck this. Item builds on K. I have a video on that as well. You can check 3-step formula for itemization or some shit like that. I have a video on it. You any good at Arc Warden? I used to be. I feel like the hero's back to the same gameplay, but I used to play him on carry. 2024. Holy shit, I haven't played this hero in a long ass time. This also looks like offlane Arc Warden. Gleipnir. Holy shit, cinema. Like, none of these guys have a rank. Did they quit the game? Seems like it. As AM. Kurasama 24. Don't be shy. You can ask. As AM, how do you play against Axe and Line? You don't show on the map when they're missing from the map, and you keep looking for them on the map, like their movements and everything. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna dip. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Longer stream. Battle Hunger and Spike in early game drains my HP. I mean, it's not a good matchup for you. You shouldn't really pick him into those two heroes. But I would say if you do end up in a lane with those heroes, rush Ring of Health. Rush Ring of Health, buy regen. That's the only way. Alright, thank you for tuning in, boys. See you tomorrow.